if it's fine just link into your channel rather than stream. Ah. We are still on the export step here. But this time I am working on the round planets. But I did try to remake them a bit to like the exporting. Like a bit cleaner perhaps, but also making sure that even the round planets more or less use the same like they try to work the same as shaped planets, so we don't have special code for them both. But it does mean that they lose the whole face camera thing, because like each one of like each planet, round planet, has a face camera object, which is more or less rotating a. Can you see that quad? Yeah, like this quad that's around here. And that needs to somehow be handled, because sure, just exporting because right now with the shape planet solution, it picks up this quad as a mesh that just sits there. But we also need this object to have a, like, it should encompass all of these, meaning that, I don't know, like maybe face camera objects should be have a special case. Like I mean, they did have they had that for a bit. But then they would be a sub object and not a sub mesh. Which means that this has to take a, like, we could treat like treat face camera as a dead end. So when we run into one here, like this, is face camera. We just say, oh, there are no meshes here, and then we'll handle it locally, or for round planets specifically. Copilot is right on the money here, because we need to have like special face camera logic to like figure out, like read these things. I'm not sure about. I think this code will work. I had it previously. It only works if all planets has face camera as the first child, or like one of the direct child. So if there is something else in between them, it won't work. But I don't know if that happens. Maybe it's worthwhile making sure that it's fine even if it does happen. I wonder if I should make a function for that, like recursively getting objects. Because right now it's finding face camera objects, but at some point we need to find other things, like particle systems on some planets. I don't think there's anything here, but there will be some sort of like object parsing on these guys. And then we make code specific for for each object that we find. So like this will be the face object, face camera object, which basically just goes through and finds everything. It's a bit annoying, to be perfectly honest, because face camera can have both particle effects and meshes. How did the objects can't have meshes, right? Unless we make the quad into an object. Another solution would be to make the face, like we were looking for face camera specifically in its own step, but then we'd also need to figure out through code what planet it's on. But are there face camera things outside of planets? I mean, could be. I don't know if we ever used that. It's all down to whether or not to make something like very generic or very specific for this project. And I should probably be aiming to a bit more to do a bit more specific stuff. Because the project I'm exporting from won't change. And it's like this static thing, so I can take some liberties to writing what I would consider kind of lousy code. Like this, for example. I can, if I can determine that no non-round planet has a camera object, then I mean in that case, then it's fine to just not do that code and just handle it over here. Let's restore this code for now. The issue is this, I would imagine. Rather than having one mesh, it should be able to have multiple meshes. I'm pretty sure that happens at some levels. Like these guys. Apparently not. What's that? What have I selected? That's something else. That's detached from, oh my fucking god, I hate. Oh well. Don't have to worry about that. Don't think there's like a export face camera. Recursively get all meshes. Show game object. And then we just have to figure out particle effects later. But now, like this should be let's see. How is this done? Planet game object. Isn't it a game object? Oh, it's a transform. If we let's open DM01. A bit small. I think I have it open already here. I did not. Zip. Let's see. Where am I going? That directory, and then that directory, and then that directory, and blop. Oh, no meshes. Why is that? Oh, local transform is up here as well. Let's do that. It's a, I mean, it's an object and all, or a structure, meaning that it's copied. So, like, it wouldn't really matter, but I think this is slightly better looking. Means I can at least just copy and move this code if I want to make a function out of it, which I probably will be doing at some point. But is this not finding anything? Let's look at one that neither of them have a mesh. Unfortunately, we will have to. Oh, I see. That will do it. Oh, that's super annoying. I guess I can do this later. This should be a bit better. Same with this material. So this shouldn't need to happen anymore. $484. Well, this one is using another mesh plans. This planet, perhaps? One of these planets is using another mesh. This one. Wonder why that is. I mean, either way, that's a simple fix at least. Planosphere medium poly. I'm taking the liberty of going for the higher resolution planet. Okay, let's take a look at face camera on things. Still no meshes. Why is that? Is it because the quad mesh is not set? What kind of code have I written? Debug spam time. It just returns. Let's do that. Then break, because otherwise C# will shoot me in the head and then in the stomach. There we go. Now we got that's a mesh here. How is this? Oh, not RG default. I guess it's this shader, right? No? Planet quad blue. What shader is this? Flashbang. I can probably remake this. Opium. Let's try it. I'm an adult. What is the name? OG Planet Quad. Alright. Because this only goes into mission and alpha, which are actually things I do have here. There we go, there's alpha. Okay, from a mission. Is it a vector op? What's it called? I need to cheat. What did I lerp? Mix. They should go into mission. Color B and then color A. That's a float parameter times 2. Color A, color B. Of course, B should go into A and A into B, as is tradition. And then the weight. Alpha is a scalar value, right? Yeah. So should have a not mix, my bad. Float up, multiply. 1 minus. That's a thing. Guess it's just for. Then this is a. Is it? This is a parameter, right? Yeah. Alpha. Oh, these have this. I'm L stupid. These are colors, not scalars. You can't see if this has a range right now. Alpha should go in there. These should be removed and made into color parameters. Although we do skip okay. default, switch them up. A default value of 01, 04, 08. Zero alpha? I mean, we don't care about the alpha value, I guess. And then this should be 01, 07, 08. Cool. So 1 minus should go in here. The multiply, so that's the multiply. But the 1 minus should also go into this lerp. Okay. An 8 here. Okay. Again, it's there. And into this 1 minus, the pow as a float, right? Yeah, it's just one value. Then a float parameter that's called shape power. Default value 2, default value 0.3. We need another 1 minus in here. Clamp. Is that a node or? Clamp 01. No, this shit. I'm so good at this. Multiply the value in. Okay. Take the red value. Put that in here. Texture 2D parameter is called shape. Shape multiply. Shape multiplier. not even. Okay. Oh, it should be its own multiply, because we're going to need this for something else. Still work with floats, right? Yeah. A, say 1 minus. I wonder if I can do this enough times to learn shaders. Like when I'm doing this, I'm completely unable to visualize what I'm actually doing. We need a float parameter called pattern distinctness. That's a word. Okay, so that's one side of it. And now we need to start looking at what's going on from B here. It wouldn't hurt if this window was a bit larger. Probably a way of detaching it. Either way, this B should go into add. And what we're adding is to red channels pattern. And as is tradition, B goes into A. It doesn't matter because it's an add, but I'll conform to the old shader. And into UV. I've never done UV before. The vector 2. Yes, this. Add. Yeah, it looks like the same color. Is it this? Think it is? No. UV cord. Because this can also be expanded, right? Yeah. So I guess they are called UV and UV2 here, instead of having a UV chord with one of these. Like I kind of know what a UV is, but yeah. We'll see. This might fail spectacularly. That should be added with something. The two multiply nodes. The fuck is an append node? What's the difference between append and add? I guess it makes a v vector 2 out of 2 floats, right? So if we just... Oh no, that doesn't work actually. That's true. We need to have some sort of append. Because these are our values. Vector compose perhaps. There we go. And 2 of these. Which composes the vector. Compose is a better name than append. Why can't you copy from ShaderForge? Pattern BU pan. I want another pattern BV pan. We need some time as well. Luckily, it's just time. Not time divided by 2 or anything like that. That's the default value. Minus 0.11 and minus 0.03. I'm sure these values are very important. Then we need to do the same thing down here. But this is pattern A pan, pattern A pan. That should be 0.1 and 0.02. And I've made an invisible thing. That's good. Didn't I have a 2D sampler port? Okay, I think I copied over all of the patterns. Can you somehow get what pattern this is? Like it's just some clouds, but I want the like default value of this. Underscore cloud 4. Pattern B should be cloud 3. Shape is empty. I feel like this is correctly done. I'm just not seeing it. So we probably have to like double check things. No, pattern B should be that. This weight thing looks weird. Because in here it's converting the float into a vector 3. But here it's a input vector. Mix. No. Do we have a mix now? Mix scalar, perhaps. There we go. I think that's better. But it's somewhat invisible either way, so it doesn't really matter. I guess the alpha that's here is 0. Is alpha like inverted compared to before? Let's see how this looks in comparison. Let's drop a How the hell do you sphere? Sure. How the hell is that performed? What's the planet quad blue? I'll have it here. It's fairly small. Looks slightly better in. I mean, not kind of a lot better in Unity. It's an alpha parameter. Shape power. Did I create that? Why isn't all the shader parameters here? Like this float parameter, for example. Shape multipliers here. We do have a default particle. This is one of the textures that I can't export because they are like a part of Unity engine. They don't have I don't have that asset. I mean, it's not a very difficult thing to create, I would imagine, but I don't know. We don't have a shape, so that might be why the shape multiplier is breaking. I do wonder though why this value is not in here. Not in here either. I think this 1 minus is not necessary. I copied these. One shows up and one doesn't. Is alpha a... Now it's called alpha 2. Is alpha like a tape name? Okay, now it shows up. Even the shape multiplier. Does that have a default value? 3. So that makes it disappear. That's interesting. I guess that's due to the shape being nothing. I also wonder why these are like super empty. Seems to have a pattern distinctness somewhere. Yes. Oh, 0.3. Where's shape power? I mean, there is something that's going on here. If you set this to 0, something is happening. I'm not sure it's the correct thing, but something is happening. Again, I'm pretty sure it's down to... It looks awful. Why is this A in lowercase and this B uppercase? They have the same format. Should they be like pattern 1 and pattern 2 rather than A and B? Because it looks a bit off. Let's just keep it as it is. Let's copy stuff. Pattern or A V pan is 0.02. True, 003, yeah, so these are just the default values. Pattern strictness though, wherever that is. Should be here. Distinctness. 0.03. They should be somewhat similar now, but they're missing the shape image. Can you like export this? Resources Unity built-in extra. Like if you could right click and export it, that would be fantastic. Because it's like default particle, like doesn't exist here. Does it exist inside the unit installation directory perhaps? Resources. Oh, hold on. There's stuff here. I guess it's not in here. Maybe it's in here, like the Unity package file. Meaning that I don't think I can actually access those. Because they like the Unity package is like for their asset store and all that, so yeah. I guess I will have to become a graphics artist. Yeah, illustration that really fits me well. Let's see if I can actually make this. This is going to be incredibly difficult. Take a black background and then it's a gradient. From black to white. But it's not any gradient. It's this gradient. Then we have to find the exact middle. (512 to 56). Is there a pixel count somewhere? 256. 255, 56. So that's the middle. Then we do a gradient alongside this, exactly to the end. I failed. Oh, on another layer. That makes no sense. I think it's something like this, right? Maybe a bit smaller. It's fairly correct. Maybe using a 512 texture for this is a bit overkill. I think that's good enough. Let's find our way to my directory. Godot projects. Orbital gear. Oh, not scenes. Assets, textures, Unity, and this was called like default particle. It's 64 by 64. That's way more. I'll save this one as well. Let's see if we can image resolution down to 64. And we'll save that as just a default particle. So we have a fairly similar image. Okay. And the shape should then be default particle. It's doing something. I'm pretty sure this is not meant to be on a sphere like this. Like this thing. I mean, I think it's something we can probably work with. Do I have a quad? It's time for the next foray into graphics. That's like one of the issues I have with Godot is that it doesn't have any default meshes. Oh, new plane mesh. It has them. It's very, very tiny. Let's transform this a bit. I think it should be inverted. Let's see. I removed one minus somewhere. Like here, right? Yeah, like that. I think the alpha is off. There's something off with this. Let's see if we can copy one of the actual ones there, because like it should be this slight, I don't know if that even shows up on stream, but like you see it here, it's like a slight atmosphere shimmer around the planet. It is more or less, yeah, it's just these values. Whoa, freaky. Shape multiply. I think this one minus should be here. That's for sure. Does it look different if I use the high res variant? Oh yeah, because this pattern that's going on here, I think it's very rough to see with this smog here, or this smog. Is it moving? One thing's for sure, it looks way. It's here, right, as well? Like the ghost planet has the same thing, right? Yeah, and that has an invisible mesh. Or a mesh that's odd. It seems like. I don't know, like it's. It's doing almost the correct thing. Nothing to do with like this. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, it's being shaded a bit due to the lighting in the scene. So this is more closely resembling correct thing. It's not perfect by any means. Is it a texture filtering? I think it's part of the issue. We now scale it up to the high res one. Oh no. It's a start. Do you have to like do a like to stop light from being. Are these just 0 by default if they're not? Like there's something happening. Because I probably don't want it to receive light at all. Which that seems to have helped. I have no clue what an albedo is, but I've successfully made it stop taking light. So I'll take that victory. Can you comment in here? Yes, you can't. Oh. There are different things here. What's a vertex and fragment shader? And how does that translate here? Yes, this is a vertex part. Because we have another alpha here, right? The light shader. And here. I want to test something. If I just, you know, kind of copy this. Go into the light shader and paste it. And push it into the alpha. Now it looks completely different, but not the way I want it to look. Maybe the combination of the both. Right, that didn't make any difference. I think this is good for now. Again, it's a start. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is incorrect. I don't know what the difference between vertex, fragment, and light is here. Because that doesn't exist in Unreal Engine's shader model. Maybe it's like baked into it somehow. I don't know. I'm just an idiot when it comes to this. This was quite a tangent. We do have a shader though that we can hopefully use. I almost look like a graphics person with Clip Studio and Blender running. Couldn't be further from the truth. Let's load up DMO1 again without saving. Because I disabled a bunch of stuff. Now it receives the correct shader. Perfect. But we need to also extract the shader parameters. want these anymore, I think. What's it called? OG Planet Quad. Need a new export mesh.shader params equals get shader params OG Planet Quad. This of course doesn't exist yet, so we'll create it. Okay. Okay, so I have a few of these that are I need to translate. There's some of these, like these three are textures. Yeah. So we do like our material get texture. Two colors. Color A and B, which is material dot new export color. Material dot get color. Is it a oh yeah, it's just an underscore in front. I always forget which one of these that I should take. It's the underscore one. Alpha is a float. The rest of these are floats, right? Okay, now we I just think this is right. Yeah, it is. These should be color A alpha shape multiplier pattern A V pan pattern A U pan B V B U. Just flip them so it's UV like that. Oh yeah, also time to speed up. I kind of want to do this speed up thing here. Texture resource paths. Oh, we should probably just have what this should want in the end. Okay. So we get in a texture name. We look at all the files. Take it without file extension and then add this. Because it actually started to take time to run this. 289. What are you talking about? Expression requires this incorrectly formatted, perhaps? Can't see what it would be. 295 as well. That doesn't make sense. Recompile it, please. Or did you force refresh? It is running slightly. But why? Yeah, that makes sense. Does it work to do this? That works. Okay. Are you only allowed 5 dynamics or something? $290. Yeah. Oh, this missing parenthesis. That makes sense. These ones should have that. Okay. We need to create a specific entry for a few things. was the correct one, right? Did it guess correctly? Good job, Copilot. I really like this solution way better, where the object of face camera now just has a list of meshes in it that you can just like shape planets and round planets, like you can have multiple things now. It's even like the correct, yeah, it looks fine. Oh, that's a way better solution, I feel. Hopefully I can just make one for particles as well as in the future, but I'm kind of foregoing particles for now, seeing how like how hopefully there is a way of converting particle systems to a like if I can just pick out all the different particle system parameters and then convert them to a Godot particle system, that would be fantastic. I'm not sure that's possible. Okay, so we have these. I guess. Did I create a face camera object? Oh yeah, it has nothing right now, so this won't show up when importing, but it should like. Will it create its meshes? Oh, I'm I'm kind of wondering that now. Let's try it. Map DM aura. It might be a bit scuffed, but it might actually be there. No, it's not. Okay, cool. That's fine. As long as the data is there, it's something I can fix later. Let's see if we can make planets look like something, like the round ones. Because now I've handled the like face camera thing, but the planet mesh itself also has, it's also a mesh, right? Yeah, so we have a mesh here, but the round planet code isn't trying to do anything. So we should be able to solve this basically by doing this. And then going into round planet, like here. And instead of doing that, we do this. Oh, we need this bad boy. I love when like this is the system coder's dream, when you have like made a system so you can just use a function. Look at that. Like the shader looks awful and all that. They are lacking color for some reason. The color date, or like the color is not as striking in when running this in Godot. So like there might be, these shader variables are incorrect as well. It should be more blue. To 10 and then white. To 88207 white. Yeah, like if these colors were properly set, it would look slightly better. Not perfect. Certainly not perfect. But you can also see that the rotation is actually correct. Like you see the same patterns and all that. Cool, cool, cool. Fantastic, actually. So, why is that shader not done? Let's remove this code, that's old. The assemble shader probably doesn't handle this shader. Is that written in here? No. These are OG default, right? Yeah. Is rim color not handled? Rim color A. Oh, I see. I didn't do the. I wasn't British enough. Try that again. I don't know when I picked up the habit of writing in British English, but here I am. Still doesn't work. I can see why. These names are completely off. Because I'm using snake case. So the glow, I mean, I guess they use the same glow color. This one's also in American. Let's be consistent with the British at least. Light factor. Light underscore factor, rim underscore factor, specular scale and gloss scale. Pretty sure it should be that. Or maybe gloss scale was one of the like removed one. No, it's there. Specular scale, yeah. Because I got help making this into a PBR shader rather than a not PBR, whatever those are called. So some of these might not be relevant anymore. Still not working. And again, there's missing ones here. All the scales here. I was expecting it to show up here, but I guess it doesn't. Why is it like this? Maybe it doesn't do colors correctly. Let's start this as a client. I mean, this looks correct, right? Is it something like maybe I'm doing this too early? Something like that? Because once it's actually running, it seems fine. I'll be right back for a bit. Be right back screen. I should reverse the smiley on this one. Because that's actually just like psychopath behavior. Like no one that's not that psychopath uses this smiley. Unironically. Okay. Why isn't the thing being done? Come on, Godot, you can do it. Let's just print some stuff. That should be good enough. Fairly much printing, perhaps, but resource path. If there's something I could like will into existence, it's all the little things that every engine ever there's so many things in every engine that needs to be waited for. You need to wait a frame for some stuff, and I would love for that to not be the case at some point for some things. Yeah, I mean, there are for some things for sure, but let's let's is it process? Yeah. Let's delay this. Does this make a difference? I mean, there was a difference for sure. Maybe not the one I expected, but a difference nonetheless. Because they just didn't get any meshes. This shows up in the log, right? Process is not being run. Why is that? I saved, right? This probably has to do with this script not being applied to the game object, so it has nothing to... Need to add more stuff to the filter scoped. Let's see here. The mod node 3D has like a script that you can assign to it. Like that. Try again. I want to look at the actual game objects. I need to rename these fucking nodes at some point in my life. It is a game object script. I mean, this shouldn't be necessary, right? Let's figure this thing out first. Because they still aren't getting these. So I have another test. If we do it every frame. Surely this works. Doesn't. Oh. Yeah. Let's stop that memory leak right now. I have to figure out the ticking thing later. Why are some things working but others aren't? Is it just colors and all that? Because like all these things that are impossible to check because it doesn't render them here, it's like, oh yeah, here. It does these things correctly. Well, except the glow mask, for whatever reason. Because it's called glow mask. Glow map. No, it's not. Glow map. Right? Glow map, glow mask. And that makes sense that these are not set. Restart. Okay, they just still not set for. I don't understand this. Because this is the shady material. But some of these are instance shader parameters. And these are shader parameter. But they're using the same as shader parameter. Do these even have like a glow mask? Where's demo one? It's exported as glow mask. There's something incorrect there. Glow mask, glow map. Okay, so that's the issue. For that specific. I'm pretty sure that's the case with that. Glow mask, glow map, yeah. So these two are, they should be slightly better now. Let's take a look. Glow mask. Okay. Why is some working and some isn't? Which ones are working? Let's start from there. We have a unique looking planet here. This one maybe? Marble free specular. There's two of them. Okay. And one of them is located at 24 minus 31. So it's this one. Okay, cool. It has a node for the mesh, which is here. Yeah, it should spawn this, and yeah, that's the correct one. And the materials is set to the rated one. This one has a no. This has a rim color. Oh, I know it might be. Need to start this as a with breakpoints and all that, because I think it might be. Oh, this actually looks correct. Because I was worried that let's see, we're probably on the first planet. Planet blue. PNG. There's three of those. I would imagine it's this one, the first one in the list. This I just go from the top to bottom. Glow color A is 049. 176. Yeah, so this aims to be loaded correctly. Because I'm using like lowercase RGBA here, but the like actual color, the Godot color has the main capitals. But it seems like it's like the JSON converter manages to figure that out. I guess it's not it's called case sensitive. So these shader parameters look correct, right? Glow map and glow mask is empty. That is true. Is that true in Unity? Yeah, glow mask is empty. Cool. Diffuse should be marble. Free diffuse. Blue.png. I guess we are not necessarily getting this order. I guess it's the other. Was it minus 24 or something? This one is on 1025. So it's this one. Okay. You should have exported planet blue spec, planet blue gloss, planet blue spec and gloss. Yeah, so that's correct. It's empty on these two. Gloss scale of 10, specular scale on 2, glow color A, which is this color, I suppose. Impossible to tell because I'm illiterate. I think it's correct. There should be like 0505, which it is. It is. So that's done. We can 39 is like 0208 something. 0208-ish. I was off with a bit. Rim color B. 040606. 030606. Okay, so that all these look like they're properly in the light factor of 2. These look properly exported. Good. Are they properly imported? That's harder to tell. We're now on another planet, of course, but this one has a rim factor of 2.35, whatever. Can we find that one? As any. Where's that number coming from? Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, it's the sliders. It's impossible to tell. It's probably correct. Like, it would be weird if that was the incorrect one. Okay. So, we want to set the shader parameters. Are any of these going through? There's no way of like go in here because we're going to a native call instantly, and yep. I don't know if it's possible to look at the shader parameters here. Because they should be in here somewhere, right? Are these something else? Let's stop. Go to rim colors. Qualifier none. Oh. Then they start showing up here. What does that mean? Yeah, I forgot rim factor. I guess it's multiple ways of doing the same thing. Because right now I'm creating a new magic shader out of like on every instance. Plant instance, that is. I got a bunch of debugs. Level test 108. What? Yeah, I guess it's the game object thing. Yeah, this. Yeah, I lost my train of thought there. Train of thought. I didn't run slightly weird code because even though these two use the same shader, like these use the same material, but I create a new material for each of them and assign the same value to them. Let's see how massive. Like if I start this as its own thing, I guess it's a actual memory thing. Like it's 278 now, that's whatever. Okay, it's nothing. There's like 30 megabytes of textures. All that. So because you could, I guess you could make it so that planets that would look the same share they kind of just share the material, but that's boring. I'm not sure what happens with this guy. Oh, I see. This planet is a particle system, which makes it a bit difficult to draw it. But that's fine. What I'm also interested to see is, I guess we can't do that. Like, how does these shape plans look? Because they also have these like rim colors and all that, but I'm not sure they are properly exported. Maybe they are. It's just that the shader looks slightly. It might be the lighting in the level. Like everything looks slightly different because light is awful in PBR. We do have a light in here, right? Light main. Light second. We have two lights. We have to check these things out at some point. Directional light position doesn't matter, right? I give us up to 100, nothing changes. Yeah, it just happens to be over there. 37. It should be inverted, I guess. $110. 31. That's light number 1. It has a color actually. Okay, set that. Yeah, there we go. 255, 250, 250. Intensity 07. Yes, that's a value that we have to figure out. Can't I add stuff? See if we can. Somewhat make the light match what we have in Unity. $20, $110, $5.2, and it's another color. $141. 234, 187. 34? 234, 187. I mean, it's something. But yeah, it's make it look exactly negative light. It darkens. Oh, I love this. You could do this in Unreal at some point, but I think they by just setting the like how much light a light source emitted to a negative value, but I think they fixed that for whatever reason. The shaped planets don't look correct. That's for sure. But like they are using the correct values, so this is simply down to the shader being incorrect, I would imagine. And it's some, or like the shader not being, like we might have to make a new shader for these. Like you can see that they have that rim light even here. Like it's there, but they don't, how do they say, there's some texture here to them. Maybe that's what's missing. That's just like roughness. No, it's not rough at all. Should be a diffuse map. I want to try something. That made everything glossy instead. Okay, that makes sense. Was that going to Orbital? Diffuse is set. There's too many ways of moving cameras. Like in Clip Studio, it's holding space. In Godot, it's holding right click and WASD. In Unity, it's holding middle mouse. In Blender, it's like I don't even know. It's like because then middle mouse rotates, and it's just no fucking clue. Yeah, like this pattern seems to be missing. Like it's completely flat shaded, from what I can tell. There's some in here. It's like it's too... There's some different resolution to it or something. Was it only... Why is it only there? Yeah, like these things should be... The lighting is completely different here. And I don't know if that's down to the shader or if that's down to something else. Like the environment light or something. We can actually muck about a bit here. Whoa. And now it doesn't get any light at all. Cool, cool. I guess if we clear this. Oh. I guess it hates us. Fuck me, I guess. Let's move on to the next one. It's not diffuse. What happens if we remove gloss? I just removed some stuff. And specular, I would expect being just somewhat the same. It's like the diffuse needs to be increased. Let's put it to 1 so it doesn't freak out completely. Because now we should have a that's clearly not it. It's like it's ambient occlusion or something that needs to be set. Let's remove it. I mean, it's a step forward at least. Like it's we have something. Let's do a full reload this map just in case I've made errors. Then we do a full export. Yeah, so we have a few things to fix here. It's good though, we're starting to get like good errors. We can call them that. Okay, let's take all the exports, put them here. I want to look at some other levels as well. So we have that, we have that. Yeah, these now get color-ish. I mean, they look awful compared to the normal, like the Unity project. I think there's something missing on them. Let's take a look, just to see if there's something we can spot. Can you set this to be unlit? There we go. Because I'm not sure what makes this shape like this, these asteroids. Like, I don't know how they get the color. But other things seems to be correctly set. Might not have a color. It's just that no color might look different in Godot. Like, everything has less contrast, which is very normal when you start looking at a physics-based shader. Everything just becomes like less contrasty or whatever. So it might be something we have to counteract in the shader. This one's way too gray. But even this look kind of picks up. I think the lighting on this map is completely different in Unity. TM15. Think of making a screenshot and sending it to the others. Maybe this doesn't have a directional light, for example. I think that's closer to the truth, but still far from. I think there's some point lights spread out. Yeah. Maybe we can find another level that doesn't have that. Later, perhaps, which is 12. This is even worse. I think these are actually not lights, they are just... No, they are lights, spotlights. I don't know if it's done with that. Are there any directional lights in here? There's not. Okay. But this is some progress. I wonder why these are so different looking. I think because they're using the same shader. There's something wrong with the calculation in the shader. These are way lighter, I guess. We'll see if it can modify the shader. I would need some help with that because I don't know how, but maybe I can what's called pay our old graphics guy in dinners or in services to get this shaded to look good for a modern interpretation of this game. Okay, let's keep going. Huh? Yeah, I guess these maps that can't work. We should handle that actually. Because it's trying to load the 59, yeah, so this should at least load Fusion Core, but it should look awful. Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised if this actually had any form of look. DMO7. It looks way better in Unity, as far as I can tell. Does it? Maybe not. I like how these get. It looks like these are lit up, but it's probably down to the shader being wrong. There's no light here. Okay, let's continue. These look odd. Are they there in the... Guess they are... $28.25. Does this have a... Oh, $28.25. Does this have like a disabled object on them or something? Yes, it does. Okay, this one's being correctly set, but seeing as we like it's the, I think this is more an issue with the exporter than the actual importer. I think this is something we have to like fix at some point. But for now, we should not export stuff that are disabled. Let's see. Remove that. Banger, by the way. There's no way of doing some stupid things like this, right? You can't... Oh yeah, it's name. Okay, that's why. This also needs to... Or child game object dot active self equals false. That should now do a better job of skipping these objects. Can try out export map. This is called kill zone. They are not here anymore. I like how boring this level looks without the... I mean, it's not the most exciting level. I guess it's called Kill Zone because our graphics guy really likes the aesthetics and all that in the older games. So it's probably very gray and all that because of that. But then there's also these free floating meshes or whatever that I need to like figure these out at some point. Because they do give us a specific vibe for sure. But yeah, it's now corrected with the like the it shouldn't export dumb object anymore. I guess we will run into something similar on another map. The shader goes hard. How does this look at in Unity DM14? Because it could be down to the light. We have a singular directional light here. completely white. I think this energy is not the same as intensity. Like, no, it's almost not run lights. It's like, oh, 6. That's more like it. Like, it's still very off due to how things are, and that, like, I need to figure out what these even mean. Like, these don't do anything. It's almost like negative becomes better. Not exactly, but yeah. You should probably be on light only. Alright. Could go through the remaining ones, but yeah, they won't look 100%. Guess this is in round plan 66. Maybe this planet doesn't work. Yeah. Basically just need to do this. Shards, okay. Let's restart and try. No, it loads at least. But it shouldn't look correct. I wonder what planet was the bad one. Why isn't it outputting anything? Fucking no. We can close a few tabs. OS 10. How is this looking? Because these planets look... Maybe those... They are just... Oh, here's another shader. Ream spec gloss glow. That accounted for? Or maybe those were the ones that... Yeah, they don't have a material. Okay. So these aren't handled properly. And for whatever reason it didn't output this to the log, but it handled it, I guess. Oh, it did. I don't understand that if you output an error, it has to go under error and not under just like the output here. Why not both? Because this is a message that I'm sending, but I'm sending it as a Godot error, so it should pick it up. But like, it would be nice if we sent it to both, because it's only in the editor. Once it's in, once I'm using my own like log stuff, it should output only this like a normal message. Yeah, it's Rim spec gloss glow. Oh, that's not a... How did we build a shader exactly? Because this is not a shader for shader. How am I supposed to convert this? Actually, how did we get this shader? Thank you. I guess this was downloaded somewhere. But yeah, I think we have gotten somewhere today. Sure, there's, as always, much more to do, but there's data. The data must flow, and please don't mention these guys. Because they are wrong. These are also wrong. Like, I have to look more into these things at some point, but ugh, can't be arsed right now. Ugh. Yeah, I think that will be it for the stream today. So yeah, I'll continue off stream doing some random stuff. I wonder what I should maybe I should look into the base camera next. But yeah, I'm off for today. Probably back on Monday. I'm trying to like keep this a bit like, you know, normal work week. So yeah, probably no streaming during the weekend. Yeah, see ya.